In just a few days, Sid will be racing the Marji Gesick 100, generally considered the hardest single-day race in America. Last year, we both did this race, and I was able to snag one of the coveted sub-12-hour Marji Gesick buckles, finishing in 7th place with a time of 11 hours and 11 minutes. Sid won the women's race, but finished 57 minutes past the buckle time, which made us wonder if sub-12 hours would be possible for Sid, and spawned a furious debate on the Marji Gesick Talk Facebook page over whether or not the buckle time should be extended for women. But the Marji Gesick promoter stood firm, saying, "Our mantra is doing hard things, not making things easier." So Sid decided to come back this year to see if she could earn the buckle, or help get a woman, any woman, across the finish line in under 12 hours, to prove that it was in fact possible. Sid has spent all year preparing for this event, dialing in her nutrition, optimizing her bike setup, and training harder than ever. And now the race is just a few days away, so it's time to head to Michigan for the final preparation and to see if she can make history.
Okay guys, I made it to Marquette, Michigan. First observation is way colder than it was here last year. I'm very heat acclimated right now, so this is a little bit of a shock. I have gotten here about 10 days before Marji Gesick with the goal of doing a little bit more pre-riding than I did last year. One of the ways that I'm hoping to go a little faster this year is to just decrease some of my route anxiety. I spent a lot of time last year thinking, did I miss a turn? Did I miss part of the course? Obviously, I'm not going to memorize 110 miles of single track, but I'm hoping to just have like a better mental map of where I am. I definitely missed some time like blowing past turns. I would always see the arrow, but it would be like too late. Nope. Oh, come on. It's over here. This is how this has been. Hoping a little bit more pre-riding will help with that. It's also just a fantastic place to ride. All right, we're at the start. A week from now, we'll be starting the race in this field. And I think, yeah, it's this way, right?
This is the way you guys ran, and then you ran around the corner, and then you ran through here, and then you
Came back this way.
And then you came back.
It's cold. Jeez.
Yeah,
You're in your jacket.
I'm one jacket ahead. Hey Sydney, where are you?
The sun is not out. It was supposed to come out
Well, it might be out
today.
We wouldn't know.
It's not out here. It is still up there in the sky.
Here we are 1,000 feet in the clouds.
Why is it not easier to tell? My map shows a 3-option thing with us taking the middle. Dark in this forest. Dark indeed. These are some nasty looking roots. That one's been fully skinned. Yeah. Oh, it's trickier in the wet, that's for sure. See what this looks like today. Wow, it's pretty up here though. This section isn't really a huge deal in the dry. It does look slick as snot today though, I have to say. It's a little intimidating. Question is, it's over here. You're not gonna like it.
I'll walk it.
I'm trying to decide if I should try something a little different with the wet. End up over here because there's gonna be grip on that middle section. It's pretty doable in the dry, but right now that sideways slab is pretty slick, at least to my shoes. We'll see. better grip than you might think. Oh, that's this part though. A little, I chickened out a little bit. Ordinarily I would stay on the inside, but that just looked intimidating. I think it'll be drier on race day though. All right, I got all the way through it on the second go. It was actually surprisingly grippy for how wet it's been, which is encouraging in general. I just didn't totally trust the sideways ones the first time, but it probably won't be worse than that in the race. Probably. Utter pitch black darkness in the middle of the day. Not something we were used to in New Mexico. I remember this section from the race. We came in here and it was so dark I couldn't see anything. This section I remember because it's an old railroad track and it's
where I love having a seat that goes halfway down.
Right. It's definitely a good spot for full suspension. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on the camera, but there's railroad ties that were just boom, 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 boom. Very bumpy. Kind of a cool little tunnel of green though. Nice slimy roots in here. Pretty fun actually. I do really like wet riding. Obviously, I don't get to do it a ton. But it keeps you in it. Sneaky and tricky. Skirt, skirt. Darn. I want to try the rest of this. That is very hard and slippery. Darn. Jeez Louise. It's been dry, that's gonna be tough. I definitely made it farther in the race last year, but I don't think I made it all the way up. You want to do 100 miles of that?
No. Not even on an e-bike. Not even with 6 batteries ready to go. Wow.
Good riding though, to ride most of that. That's tricky stuff.
Very tricky stuff.
Yeah.
I think the more often I look at it, the better I do, but man, everything is like...
The sun might be out.
It's September.
At least enough to create shadows of the trees. Slightly.
Not our shadows, but the trees' shadows.
Yeah. No, I can see your shadow.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just of the wheels.
Yeah, I get it. you gotta be 6 inches off your
The hard thing with pre-riding up here is even with the map loaded, and the Dura has done a really good job of being on the right track, not getting confused when the course doubles back, etc. But there's just so many little turns. Like this didn't even look like a trail at the road, so we rode right past it. Ooh, that chipmunk almost died. So yeah, that's definitely a tricky little element. In the race, it's pretty well marked. Still, you can blow past things, but usually see a wrong way sign immediately.
So I think it'd be hard to get like lost out here. You can certainly fritter away a lot of what is happening here. Oh, god darn. Ah! For the race, I will know to be in a much easier gear when I start. Okay, we are now in mud, which is the first mud we have seen. Wasn't too bad. Jeez, okay. Well, that's the Marji for you. Stay on your toes. I've done pretty well with the navigating up until this point where we've gotten on this section with Nordic ski trails and snowmobile trails, crisscrossing the mountain bike trails. It's very hard to tell what's going on, but I think that looks better. Yeah. Weird roller. Just assuming we're gonna stay on the mountain bike trail here. We're literally, well, then again, I think I might be wrong. Ah!
No.
No. No. If it would just pick one or the other, we're literally like 100 yards from where we parked. Successful pre-ride. I had a lot of fun out there. It's a little greasier than would be like optimum for speed, but it's quite entertaining. Overall though, I would say it's running pretty well. There are sections that are less sandy than last year, so that's a plus. I really don't know how that's gonna end up. I think if the weather stays nice, it'll be perfect. We had a lot of fun. We didn't kill the e-bike battery today.
Yes.
Did we kill you?
No.
No. Did anything about that make you want to do it for 100 miles?
No, I'd like to think I could have, would have, or should, but I'm not thinking that's kind of race for me. Even 50 miles of that would be tough.
50 miles of that is tough. The other thing I'm doing differently this year is I am swapping packs, as in have 2 of these, and instead of refilling the bladder, which is what I did last year, which was not efficient. This time, since Mackie's not racing, I'm gonna have 1 pack for him and 1 for me after I'm done with them this week. We have gotten a lot of questions about how we do the camera mount. This is my previous pack. Basically, this is what the camera mount looks like. It's just a piece of scrap metal, essentially, that we have drilled a hole through. And then we drilled a hole through the buckle, and then that is secured with a nut and a bolt. This is the Usui Rush pack, and it is a vest as opposed to the kind of more traditional style that we are used to using. I used vest packs in the past from other brands, and I didn't really like them, but a couple things are promising about this one. One, it still has this system, which I think will keep it a little more stable. I don't love ones that have like multiple like skinny straps that kind of squeeze you there. So I think the single will be good. Basically the idea with the vest pack is all of my food can be in the pockets instead of my jersey pockets. So I eat the food, the trash goes back in the vest pockets, and then at the aid station, I just unbuckle this, drop it, grab the other one, and it already has the food. So I'm not digging around in my pockets to root out trash and stuff. I'll have gels over here. I'll probably like put unwrapped food items in here. I think I'm gonna try some like tortilla roll-ups, like probably just like peanut butter and honey for some real food, because solid food does seem to benefit me. Also the meat sticks. And then you got this pouch over here, which can have tools. I learned my lesson at Apeninica this year. So I'm gonna be carrying the Fantic X10 Ace Mini, which if you guys will remember, a kind gentleman in Apeninica who cares carrying one of these rescued me when I had used all of my CO2s, which was ironic because we already had these at this point. I just hadn't brought it with me. And we did weigh them in comparison to a CO2. This weighs 35 grams more than the CO2. Pretty negligible weight addings, and I'm still gonna have the first CO2 with the head in case I can just plug it and go. But if it becomes more than that, you can put as much air as you need, and you can do it multiple times. This will fill 3 tires more or less. If you use all of this in one race, it might be just time to call it a day. But I have two, I have one in each pack, so maybe not. This video is sponsored by Fantic. Huge shout out to Fantic for making this awesome little device. You can get yours at sidandmacky.com/x10mini or scan the QR code on the screen. You need to either scan the code or type out the URL. It isn't actually on our website. This will take you to the correct URL where you can use the code SIDMACKYMINI. And then also in the pack, we got the tube, we got more tire plugs, we got a tire lever, and we have this situation in both packs. And then in my pocket, I'm gonna have the CO2 with the head, the multi-tool. I also decided I'm gonna have a little thing of squirt lube. We waxed my chain for this race, so I should not need this for the chain. Last year, my pedals got really sticky because we ran in sand for 4 minutes and then got on our bikes and then rode through a bunch of sand for a long time. So with having trouble getting out of one of my pedals, had a dumb tip over. I'm just gonna have this in my pocket so I can just like really, like I think it could pull it out while I'm riding, unclip, like squirt some on there. It'd be like 15 seconds. It's much better than falling over multiple times. So that's the plan. So today we're gonna do a little driving tour. Basically we are going out to the different aid spots to make sure everybody knows where they're going. Gonna meet with the other women who are racing and we're gonna make a little bit of a game plan. Basically just trying to get an idea of how we're gonna do the support for this thing, and I think it's cool to be coordinated on this. Our experience last year is everyone was getting support everywhere. They do say on their website it has a self-supported ethos, which is confusing because in certain circles self-supported means you don't have support from like your team. Here it just means the race is not supporting you and your support crew is available to help other people. Last year we gave my parents a ton of food and stuff that people didn't end up taking, so I think this year we're basically just gonna offer mechanical support, which Mackie is pretty good at, it turns out. And yeah, I actually think that's probably like the best way for you to be helpful while you're out there waiting.
I'm going to walk you guys through the changes Sid has made in her bike setup from last year to this year, just trying to optimize every possible thing we can. And one of those is we want her bike to be as fast as possible, and we want it to be as comfortable as possible. Let's take a look at Sid's bike and see what she has changed since last year. So the first noteworthy change is that this is actually a completely different bicycle. This is the new version of the RE Signal Peak, the Signal Peak 3.0, and it is lighter and more efficient pedaling than the previous version. It's 115 millimeters of travel, and then she's pairing it with the new Fox 34 SL fork in 130 millimeters. And that's just one of those things that over the course of 12 hours, she will be more comfortable. She will have less arm fatigue, less hand fatigue. The final big change is that she's running the new Shimano XTR wireless drivetrain. And once again, because this is electronic, it just means that it takes less force to push the levers. And while that may not seem like a big deal, over the course of 12 hours, that can make a really big difference. And then also, we've decided to wax Sid's chain because she had to re-lube it a couple times last year and that took some time, so we're hoping to avoid that time during the aid stops. She's running the Angel Revo Plus saddle, so I've been running the narrower version of this saddle all year and love it. Sid just got the wider version and is really enjoying it. Running Fox Transfer SL dropper post and Float SL shock. She's running the same wheel and tire setup as last year, the Noble TR35 rims on DT Swiss hubs with Bird polymer spokes, and then running Maxxis Aspen tires in 2.4 max speed. And then something that she has changed for this year is that she's running tire inserts front and rear, whereas I believe last year she just did rear. And then just like last year, she's running the Expedo Baldwin pedals. This is one of the things she did because she found in some of the really long races she was getting hot spots with the super tiny pedals. so she likes having a little bit more platform, but they're still small and light. Oh, and then one last thing that's kind of a bike thing. She's using the same token pouch as last year, but instead of it having it attached to her pack, because she'll be swapping packs back and forth, she has attached it here, and she can easily open it up one-handed to put a token in. That way she doesn't have to worry whether or not she has her tokens. She always has them. They're right in front of her, so visible, so she can check just to make sure. So that is how Sid has her bike set up for this year. Hopefully it will be the perfect setup and will help her gain, you know, some percentage of time towards that overall 57 minutes that she needs to make.
Before we head out to pre-ride today, got to eat a pasty. These came from the Catholic church across the street, so I feel like they know what they're doing. They're huge, they're hefty. I think this might be like the perfect pre-ride meal, because it's basically a carb full of potatoes and a little bit of meat, so I'm pretty excited.
10 of 10 on the pasty, I would say. What's your rating, Dad?
I'll tell you, Catholic girls know how to make pasties.
All right, we are pre-riding the final Ramba section. Got Kate Boyle. It's coming to go fast. Hopefully go under 12 hours. We'll see what happens. And we've got Mackie on his enduro bike. Woo! Rocks.
Be like an effective way of working together, other than obviously like on the rail trail thing. So,
Yeah, which again is hard because like I do feel like that's a part where we mostly need to eat and like not get lost, but like a little pace lining is good.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, I think it's just, sorry, I'm not trying to, it's helpful to have people out there because like last year I was kind of in no man's land and like I was leading and I was like la 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 and like Christy actually wasn't far behind me, but I didn't know that. So I think just like knowing people are close helps. I think like, I feel like it's kind of maybe more of like a moral support thing.
And just mentally knowing like, okay, I'm setting the pace now.
Yeah.
And that's for both of us.
Yeah. Ooh, what is happening here? Awkward. I remember that now that I got through it. I feel like we just went in this total circle there. That was fun. Ah! Downshift. Just when we were starting to have fun. What is happening? Okay, that's a weird one. Yeah, that's fine. I think this is a good selfie spot. Chevy. What does this arrow mean? Does that mean I guess it means we go this way. Okay.
A rope.
Oh yeah, this section. So beautiful. I definitely walked up this in the race. Oh, and perhaps today's. The part I almost fell off in the race and was like, what are you doing? It's not the kind of bullshit you need to be attempting at mile 106 in the dark, yeah. And the leaves all over it really adds, it's a cool section of trail. He does that. It's an occupational hazard being married to him. Like, he frequently at races will have people, and they think this is a compliment. And I guess it kind of is, but they'll be like, oh, like, I watched all your videos and like, I knew Mackie would beat me, but I'm like so surprised that you beat me too.
What you doing?
Plan.
Making a plan.
Trying to not get married to any time gaps here. This is more to just determine how much I need to eat.
Make that an hour 30 and then you have 5 minutes of buffer. No problem. So how are you feeling?
Yeah, I would say past couple days have been a bit of a roller coaster. I'm alternating between like moments of feeling really excited and then moments of being very stressed.
The waiting is definitely the worst part, but fortunately, that's almost over. All that's left to do is head to Packet Pickup, install some fresh tires, mix some bottles, load up the van, and maybe eat some cereal in bed.
Squeezy legs and Cheerios. So you know it's the night before a race.
Tomorrow is the big day, and it's going to be a wild one.
Nerves are running high around here, guys. We're all hoping that we see them soon.
Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that video. We'll see you then, and in the meantime, don't forget to be more awesome.